Hey guys, welcome back to my bathroom. I had a request to do a purple look today, and it turned out very Eastery, very Daphne from Scooby-Doo. So I will show you how I did this. Living in a constant state of having cat hair up my nose. Let's get started. I already primed my eyes with my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion and set it with a color that is close to my skin tone. I'm using my BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette and then my e.l.f. and J. Kissa collab. This was limited edition, but just using a couple colors out of there. So we're gonna start out with the BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette. I'm gonna start out with the Gemini matte shade. So that's this one right here, this kind of lighter purple color. And I'm gonna take that on one of my trusty Morphe brushes that I use to pack color into my crease. As usual, gonna start on that outer corner and then start kind of packing it into the crease. Going back in with my Makeup Geek soft dome brush. It looks like this is blending away a little bit, so I'm gonna add some more with that first brush, pack some more into the crease, and then keep blending it out. It almost looks like I have a bruise right here where the color is diffused out. So I'm gonna try to add some of that pink in to that outer edge just to make it look maybe a little bit less like a bruise. And if it does end up looking like a bruise, then whatever, that's fine. And that was Iris that just jumped up on my vanity back there. One of my 4 kitties. So at this point, she'll be the third one that's made an appearance in my videos. Callie will probably not make an appearance because she likes to hang out in my bedroom during the day. Next, we're gonna go right next door to that first purple shade. Gonna go into the matte Cancer shade, so just that little bit deeper purple color. It's got a little bit of pink to it. Just gonna take my Morphe M562, this little guy, dip into that Cancer shade, build that up on the outer corner, and bring it up into the crease. I don't know if I had product left over on that first. Are you done? I don't know if I had product left over on that first brush. I might have, because this eye is looking a little more like bruisey than this one. I think I had an orange eyeshadow left over on that. So that might be why that looks the way it does, which kind of sucks. But I'll add some pink to it and hopefully I'll be able to make the eyes look the same because this one doesn't really look bruised at all. So I think it was just some leftover because my lazy ass has not cleaned my brushes properly. I've just been wiping them off on this, which like works to get a lot of the color off, but obviously not all of it. To try to even it out and maybe make it just look like both of my eyes are bruised so that at least looks intentional. Going back in with my Makeup Geek soft dome brush, going into the Virgo matte shade, which is like this pinky salmon-y colored one. Lightly tap into that and run it along the edge of that purple to try to, I don't know, make it look more bruised maybe. But it's a look, sweetie. That's the nice thing about quarantine. The only people that are gonna see me today are my fiance, my cats, and my dog. Because I think we're gonna go on a walk later. Because it's supposed to be warm. And hopefully we can get a walk in before the rain hits. And he has been loving all the walks we've been going on. And he's a little bit of a chunky boy, so we're working on getting his weight down a little bit. I think I probably had some leftover orange on that brush because it looks a little darker and almost gray, which makes sense because I think it was orange that was on that brush, and purple and orange are on opposite sides of the color wheel, so when you mix them together they make gray. So we're just gonna leave it and they just won't look exactly the same, and that's fine. Lesson learned today, kids. Don't be trash like me. Clean your brushes, which I do. I just haven't in a little while. It's on the to-do list. The quarantine to-do list. We're gonna deepen up the outer corner, take Makeup Geek Outer V brush, dip into the matte Aries color, this black one. Right there. Because it's Aries season, y'all. Which I'm barely in Aries. I made it in by like 2 days, I think. Because I think Taurus starts April 20th and my birthday is April 18th, so I barely made it in. I feel like I'm more of a Taurus than an Aries anyway. I see characteristics of both in me, but it's not something that I like hugely subscribe to either. I just think it's kind of fun. Next, I'm gonna go into my e.l.f. and J. Kissa palette for my lid color. First, I'm gonna lay down a base for it. Instead of using my glitter primer today, I'm gonna try something different to try to brighten up my eyelid. I'm gonna use my NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the color Milk. I'm gonna draw this all over my eyelid and kind of pat it out with like a flat concealer brush. I just kind of drew that on there, kind of sloppily. Then I'm just going to use a flat concealer brush to kind of blend it out on the eye. Make it a little smoother, not so chonky. And then I'm actually just going to use my finger for this. So I'm going to go in here to this light purple shade called Sway. Dip into that and then pat it over. And then with no extra product on it, I'm going to go back in with that outer V brush that I used for the black and just kind of meld the two together. The black and then that like shimmery lilac shade that we put over it. Just to help blend those two together a little bit more. Alrighty, let's move on to the face. Do my normal under eye stuff. I'm going to stick to my normal foundation routine today. So I'm going to go in and prime, and I'm actually going to use all 3 of my regular primers now, because when I set my smile lines last time with that e.l.f. primer, I felt like that really helped it not settle. So I'm going to do that. My freckles are out in full force. I love it. I spent the last couple days outside because I am currently on hiatus from working. I have 2 weeks off because I am transitioning jobs, which I'm super excited about. Getting into something that is really where my heart is. So I'm excited about that, but it'll be a couple weeks before I can start. So I am using this time to relax, hang out with my animals, spend time in the sun. My freckles will probably get covered up with this makeup, but I do, in the summer when I wear less face makeup, I do really love the fact that my freckles come out as much as they do. I will just be a freckled goddess. So I'm going to mix together my foundation. I'm using my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte in the color 102, and then mixing it with my LA Girl White Foundation Mixer. Tarte Shape Tape for my under eyes. And then I'm going to use my Wet n Wild for my little friends. Right there. And this little guy that decided to show up a couple days ago. Because I'm a little darker, I'm going to use a powder that's got a little bit of color to it to set the rest of my face. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. This is the transparent one, but it's got a little more color to it than like my Essence one, which is like white and translucent, but this one's got a little bit of color to it. my brows quickly. They're sisters, not twins. Some days they're second cousins 3 times removed. But today I'm hoping that they will be sisters. Not today, Satan. So now we got to do the under eyes, and I did forget, since this was requested, it was requested to be done with a wing. So I'm going to go in and lay down the base of my eyeliner, and then I'll come back and do the wing with eyeshadow. Now that we've got that base laid down with a gel pencil eyeliner, I'm going to go in with Black Rainbow from my Jeffree Star Beauty Killer palette. I should have done this before I put my face on, just because this shade does have a lot of fallout, but I completely forgot, so we will make do with it. They're not even. This one has more of like a swoop to it, so I'm gonna try my hardest to just add a little bit of that to this one, make it maybe a little more rounded, which is not really the ideal look that I want to go for, but it doesn't help when I make my eyes look like this when I'm doing them and they're straight, but then when I drop my eyes down, because my eyes are very hooded, they get a little rounded. I feel like that looks a little better. I'll be wearing my glasses the rest of the day anyway, because my eyes are super itchy from allergies and I didn't feel like messing with contacts. So hopefully with my glasses on, it won't be super noticeable. All right, now we're gonna go into the lower lash line. Do the same thing we did on the top. So going back into the Zodiac palette, I'm gonna go in first with that Cancer shade, this one right here, the darker purple. Pull that across the lower lash line. Then I'm going to go in with a little bit bigger pencil brush and go into that matte Gemini shade, that first one that we put all in the crease. Finally, I'm going to go in with my outer V brush and dip into that Virgo shade, the one that is like kind of that salmony pink color, and just gently put that on the very outside of the lower lash line. And although we're keeping it very monochromatic on the eyes today, I wanted to do a pop of color on the inner corner. The shade that I'm going to use, it's not super pigmented, so I'm going to go back in with my NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil and just dot that on my inner corner to kind of give this color something to stick to and hopefully brighten it up a little bit. I'm going to do this one eye at a time, just so that doesn't dry. I'm going to go in with my usual little e.l.f. brush, and I'm going to use the green shade in here from the e.l.f. J Kissa palette. I feel like Daphne. For my brow bone, I'm just going to use the highlighter that I'm going to use on my face. This is the Luna highlighter. This came in an Ipsy bag. This is the color Calypso. That's the eyes. Let's finish up the face. As per usual, going into my butter bronzer. Since we are keeping it very monochromatic today, I'm going in with this purpley pink blush. This is Wet n Wild, the color Icon ombre blush. It's called In a Purple Haze. And this has sparkle in it, so it really kind of gives you that glowy look. I'm going to go in with a cream to powder highlighter first before my powder one. This is a ColourPop Super Shock Cheek highlighter in the color Flexitarian. I usually just use my finger for this, and I just pat it on. I don't rub it in just because it can move your foundation around if you do that. So I'm just gonna tap that onto my cheekbones. This kind of gives a base for the powder highlighter. Makes it stand out a little bit more. Going in with a little highlighter brush. There's usually not any rhyme or reason to the highlighter brush that I choose to use for the day. because I have a few different ones. I just picked this one today. She cute. Time to set the face. So we're gonna do a nude lip with this look today. I think I'm gonna do a super duper nude lip, just because there is a lot going on up here. So I'm gonna use my Jeffree Star Cosmetics Velour Liquid Lipstick. This is the shade I'm Nude. I think this is the palest nude he has, and it is very pale, pinky, kind of concealer lip looking. But I feel like it goes with a look like this because it kind of keeps the focus on the eye. I do find that I have to layer this one sometimes to really get the color. And then I found with these, sometimes if you pat the color on, once you've laid down an initial coat of it, that kind of helps with the opacity of it. Yep, that damn near made my lips the same color as my face. So we're gonna let that dry. I think maybe I'll add a gloss to it just to make it look like I'm not completely dead. So until recently, I had not worn lip gloss since middle school, and those were dark days, but I discovered the Fenty glosses and I fell in love with them, and I bought 4 colors and I want to get the rest of them. But anyway, I'm going to use the color Diamond Milk. This is like a milky white color with lots of sparkle in it, just to kind of bring the lips to life a little bit. Yeah, I like how that turned out. All right, guys, and that is it. That's how we're looking today. I do really like how this turned out. I'm thinking next, I'm really wanting to do like an olive green look because olive green is my favorite color. So I think I might do that next. If anybody has any other requests as far as like if you want more of like a natural look, because I know I've done really colorful stuff so far, let me know kind of if you want like stuff that I would normally wear to work, that kind of stuff. And let's see what this looks like with my glasses, since I'm going to be wearing my glasses the rest of the day. My glasses have the light filter on them, so it filters out blue and purple light, but I think this actually looks pretty cute with my glasses. You can't really tell on camera just because it is filtering out and reflecting a lot of the light, but because it's not super dark, so it looks cute. So I will see you guys next time in my bathroom where all of these magical things take place. See ya!